Now that you've conquered reaching out to people via social media and the press, it's time to take to the streets and work with people IRL. Keeping with the theme, for this video, we've left the studio behind and joined some fledgling activists at the Granger Leadership Academy in Warwick, Rhode Island. For one weekend, people of all ages, genders, and interests are coming together to learn how to be better activists and community leaders. If you want to attend in the future, you can go to grangerleadershipacademy.com for more information. But lucky for you, we're giving you a sneak peek today. So now that you've conquered reaching out to people via press and social media, it's time to take to the streets and work with people IRL. Need a refresher on press and social media outreach? Check out episode 5 here. But to find more, think about the people your issue impacts. Where do they gather? Do they have online groups or local meetings? You can start an event on Facebook or Eventbrite and email it out to relevant groups or make your own flyers to post in community centers. If you make the event and publicize it well, they will come. All right, so you've lured a group of unsuspecting activists into your trap. Now what do you do together? The sky's the limit. Rallying, letter writing, even holding your own fundraiser. Get creative. One of my favorite out-of-the-box examples was the Electronic Frontier Foundation's Fax Big Brother campaign that brought hundreds of people together to fax their legislators about internet surveillance. Here are some things you can do in the meat world with your group to rally support for your cause. Phone bank. Go on local TV or radio. Or make your own podcast or video to post online. Stage a flash mob. Hold a Hangout on Air interview with an expert in the field or elected official. Host a movie screening to raise awareness in your community. Gather signatures on a petition. Hire a plane to fly over the town with a banner bearing your campaign message. Distribute flyers. Team up with a local celebrity. Do door-to-door canvassing. Attend town hall meetings. Another thing you can do is hold a demonstration, march, or a rally. But there are a few things to keep in mind if you do. First, what's the difference between the three? A demonstration is usually held somewhere significant, for example, on the steps of City Hall. At a demonstration, you might have signs made or some sort of symbolic action, like taping your mouth shut or staging a read-in, whereas a rally is more of an event with speakers and an audience, and a march is, well, what it sounds like, a march down the street in support of your cause. The biggest thing to be aware of before planning any of these is securing permission from local officials. Double check if you need a permit for your chosen location and if you need to be there at a certain time. Often you'll need law enforcement or city officials present for the event. Don't forget to double check that the location is accessible for all types of people. And once you have everything cleared away with the city, you need to prepare the materials you'll need, such as signs, handouts, megaphones or microphones, a first aid kit, cameras, and don't forget, snacks and good walking shoes. Take some time to organize a schedule for the whole day, including preparation, every part of the event, and cleanup. You might consider inviting outside speakers or performers, and you'll want to nominate a spokesperson from your own organization. Be sure they're prepped on how to respond to negative questions or trolls. And like everything else, use the outreach skills you learned in episode 5 to alert the local press and publicize your event on social media. Build time in the schedule for photo ops and assign someone in your group to be your own personal photographer or videographer. Ahead of the rally, take some time to talk to your troops about how to behave at the event. Talk to them about how to respond to hecklers or negativity, and make sure they have an opportunity to read through the talking points, even if they haven't been designated to speak to press and media. And remember that all of you should be respectful and peaceful. Just because you're asking for change doesn't mean that you should resort to violence or hateful language. You're more likely to recruit people to your cause by being kind, not obnoxious. There really is an infinite number of actions you can take with a group of like-minded activists to rally support for your cause, but we'll leave you with just one final example: inviting an elected official to an event. For example, this weekend, we're here at the Granger Leadership Academy. If we want to show local representatives why funding for youth activism is important, we might consider inviting them to this conference to see things firsthand. Here are some things we might keep in mind. Identifying ahead of time the 2 or 3 locations that best demonstrate our cause, and if there's time, planning a sit-down meeting with the official and some of the community organizers. We'd want to prepare a fact sheet to give them with information such as the number of people served, how many staffers there are and how many volunteers we have, our goals, things like that. Be sure to take photos to post on social media and send to local publications, along with a press release about the visit. And once it's all over, don't forget a thank you note. Always a classy touch. Whatever you choose to do with your group of fellow activists, take some time beforehand to build the hype on social media or in the press to make sure you get a good turnout. There's nothing worse than putting all the work into planning an event and only having 2 people show. But if that happens, make the most of it by turning that event into one to publicize for the future. Nothing happens overnight, so don't be discouraged if your plans hit snags. Progress takes patience, but you already knew that, or you wouldn't be fighting for it. So here's this week's challenge. Attend a local town hall meeting to learn what issues are on the table in your community and start brainstorming how you can take action. Let us know how it went by making a video response or in the comments below. Thanks for joining us here at the Granger Leadership Academy, and until next time, good luck.